Last week I sent out an email about categorizing companies, and today I just want to quickly demonstrate on my computer the importance of categorizing those companies and how they can be useful to you in the future. In this example, I'm going to go to Contacts. I'm going to search companies. When I first click search companies, I just get a very basic search. But if I want to show the advanced search, I can scroll down here and see that there's a categories search tab. In this example, I'm going to search for the category personal care. So I can type up here to just have it appear faster. You can add multiple categories to search for if you want. And so if I had personal care and accessories and then this and selected checked off, it's going to only show results for companies that are under both personal care and accessories. If I have or checked, it's going to show results for companies that either are under personal care or they're under accessories. So it's not just going to be exclusive like and to both. It's going to show either or. But in this example, I'm going to say and I'm just going to have personal care. When I click search, you can see from what has already been sorted on companies, it's going to populate the category personal care. Any companies that either have personal care in their primary or secondary category. It does not make that distinction during the search. So if you have personal care in your primary category, this company is going to show up. If you have personal care in your secondary category, this company is going to show up. And we can see that it's populating, it's not distinguishing the rep yet. And that's because we don't have a rep field filled out. So in this example, I'm just going to use Art's name. And now if I click search again, it's going to show companies that are Art's companies as the primary rep that are under the personal care category. So say you have an issue coming up and it deals directly with personal care. Now we have a targeted list of companies that would be applicable to that issue to advertise. And what we can do is we have connected all of your MailChimp accounts to MagHub. So if I click this button, create mailing list, it's going to ask me the name of the mailing list. And in this example, I'm going to just name it Personal Care Companies. I'm going to say Arts. The contact role for your companies is almost always going to be primary because you're going to be contacting them with e-newsletter blasts about advertising. You can select an account. It's going to be your account, which in this case, it's going to be Arts. So if I went down here, I'd click Arts MailChimp account. If I wanted to, I could pick a campaign list to append the results to. So Art right now has a couple of campaign lists in his MailChimp account. He has a Media Kit e-blast as well as a web showcase. So I could always add these contacts onto the list of the Media Kit e-blast. So I'm just going to say that, for example, and then I'll say create. Now we can see what happens is that these companies, this is Art's entire Media Kit e-blast list, and we've just added those contacts to them. I haven't pushed it to MailChimp yet. You can see right here the push list to MailChimp because I don't want to do that. Since I'm just using this as an example. But if I wanted to, I could make sure to remove all the duplicates on the list, all the duplicate emails, now that I've added these personal care companies. And I could eventually, once I make sure all these emails are either correct or they're emailing the correct people, push this list to MailChimp. And what that will do, it will send this entire email list to MailChimp, and it will create a mailing list for which Michelle or Jen, depending on who you work with, can create an e-newsletter and send out a targeted email list. So that's just one example of how we can use categories to create targeted email campaigns that directly hit someone based on the issue that is coming out. Another way, if I go back to the recent searches, if I go to company categories, let me just go back here. In search companies, I'm again going to search Art, and I'll show advanced search, and I'll say personal care, and hit search. You can also create a call list. So you have a targeted call list on individuals that you want to reach for this upcoming issue. You could say personal care companies, arts. You're calling the primary contact most of these. We don't have any campaigns, but if we click create, you can see here I've created a call list, and each time I contact one of these people, I can check off that, okay, I've called them, I've seen if they're interested in this issue, or I could go back to my other call list and see what other call lists there are. But this one I have personal care company arts, and it's just a nice way to go down, and you can check here that they've either, you can record a call activity, you can say you've left a message, or you can remove them from the call list. And so it's a nice way just to make a call queue and see and to hit the people that you need to hit in the upcoming issue. So that's going to be the major things that you can do with categories once you get them sorted, to just make a more targeted email campaign list or to make a targeted call list, as well as just be able to sort your companies pretty well. Rod will also be using it in reports. If he goes to sales, you can see down here that, let me see if I can find it, there's a category segment comparison by which he can compare different categories and how they're doing across publications. If you have any questions, just send me an email. The major thing is that companies should now be in primary categories and secondary categories. Those are not distinguished when running a category search, so it doesn't matter as much what you put in the primary or secondary category, and it will just be more helpful in the future for sending out targeted email campaigns or cold call lists. Thanks.